All right, the big news that came in just a short while ago, a huge relief for the 10-minute delivery. People, the Ministry of Labour has intervened in concerns over the delivery partner's safety. The Labour Minister, Mansukh Mandaviya, held discussions with e-commerce giants Blinkit, Zepto, Swiggy and Zomato. The Labour Minister has now asked these companies to remove this fixed delivery time limits from their promotions, essentially remove that promise of a 10-minute delivery. Following the intervention, Blinkit has removed the 10-minute delivery promise across all its brands, while all firms have assured compliance in ads and social media. So a huge relief for the gig workers. Remember, this had been a big demand. They had been protesting ever since the end of last year over New Year's as well. And now this a big relief for them with this 10-minute promise done away with. Well, let's go across to Akhilesh now for more. Akhilesh, give us more details of how this came about. There was a letter that was also sent to the Labour Ministry. Several demands had been listed there, and this was one of the big demands by the gig workers.
That's correct, Gargi. In fact, last week there's a meeting called by the Labour Minister with the representatives of different online platforms attended that meeting. And in that meeting, the Labour Minister, Mr. Mansukh Mandaviya, told them very clearly that this is an issue which concerns the safety and the security and also the working conditions of the gig workers. And it was a persuasion by the Labour Minister that the representatives of the major online platforms agreed that they should remove this 10 minutes promise of delivery. And that's why it has come to now. Notice that all these platforms are one by one, they are going to remove this 10 minutes delivery promise from their respective platforms. In fact, the Labour Ministry has been working in the direction of the welfare of the gig workers. We have seen that 4 labour codes were notified and the rules are also being formalized now. And in those labour codes, it has been mentioned very clearly that the gig workers will be given protection like any other regular worker, be it health insurance or the maternity leave, or for that example, provident fund or other benefits like gratuity and others. So the government has been working in that direction, and it is more like a persuasion which has been done by the ministry. And thankfully, the platforms have agreed for this. Of course, there's a demand by the gig worker association also that the ministry and the government should intervene in this matter. We have seen during the Christmas time when this demand was raised by the gig workers across the country, and the government had promised that it will look into this matter.
Right, and Akhilesh, is this an ongoing conversation? Because, you know, as I see in this letter here, there are at least 6 demands that have been made by the gig workers organization. So is this an ongoing conversation that will continue between the platforms and the ministry and the gig workers?
In fact, it's a big economy which has emerged in the recent years, and the government wants to give proper attention to the gig workers' welfare also. So this is one of the indications where the government has called the representatives and persuaded them to agree to this demand that they should drop this 10-minute delivery promise, which actually concerns safety and security of the gig workers. Now the government also says that in the future also it is open to discuss all the concerns or demands raised by the gig workers, because they feel that they are contributing a lot to the economy of the country, and they will continue to look into the demands. And also they say that the interest will be protected. In fact, I just give you one example why how the Blinkit has agreed to this demand. They have reduced the list from 10,000 plus under 10 minutes to 30,000 plus, which is a big expansion of the items which have contributed. So they feel that by doing this, they will be able to fulfill the demand by the gig workers.
All right, Akhilesh, thanks so much for joining us with all those details. So a big demand of gig workers there has been fulfilled. That 10-minute delivery promise now done away with. Well, to talk more about this, we're now joined by Khushbu Jain, a consumer right expert, and also Asad Abbas, an entrepreneur and political analyst. Thank you both for joining us. And Khushbu Jain, your reaction to this big news coming in, the centre intervening. We know that there had been protests since the end of last year, and this was one of the big demands. The 10-minute delivery rule is done away with. Right, Khushbu, if you can hear me?
Cannot hear.
Yeah, hi, if you can...
One Gargi.
All right. Well, Asad, then let me put that question to you. Your reaction to this news coming in, this 10-minute delivery, which was one of the, key promises, and it was a big, marketing strategy of these delivery platforms. It has now been done away with due to, safety concerns.
Garkiji, I've always believed with great power, there's great responsibility and equal accountability. With the big tech companies coming in, with the commerce of delivery coming in, it's absolutely fantastic with the boom of the economy in our Indian business system. Let us also understand when we speak of this 10-minute module. I live in the beautiful city of Bengaluru, and I can tell you there are 3 dark stores which are located near my house within 500 meters to 1 kilometer radius. It is very easy if the modern technology is fast paced for them to deliver in under 5 minutes. The fact, let us understand, there is no way to fight technology here. The way is to imbibe, marry technology with the fast innovation, bring in a commerce module here, engage the employees in the right way. Regulations, yes. Ban, absolutely no. I believe in a free world of democracy, in a free world of technology with the advent of AI. Banning is not the way. Regulation, certainly yes, that is the way to go. Also, as a matter of fact, let us understand when you do the most common things in life in the most uncommon way, you command the attention of the world. India being only second to China in terms of population, and we are able to do models like a Zomato, Blinkit, Swiggy, Instamart, Big Basket, and so on and so forth. Also raising the economy of the country, also raising the GST of the country, also engaging with employment of the country. Why not? Let us understand, if safety measures are taken, if the gig workers are taken care, their health benefits are taken care, if they are able to follow the rules and regulations and safety road measures, why not? I believe if there are more number of dark stores, which are small warehouses coming in, which are close to customers' location, I will tell you, I have received delivery in 5 minutes, 6 minutes, then why not? Sky's the limit. Let us not go for a ban. Regulation is the way ahead.
All right, Khushbu Jain, your response to that, and there have been safety concerns, but Asad Abbas, they're arguing that this was, a big USP of these platforms, and they were setting up warehouses, and these were deliverable targets.
See, if you'll see, there has been a sharp rise in traffic violations by the delivery personnels, including wrong side driving, use of footpaths, with going from this side to that side, having vehicles which are electronic vehicle, which are, which they want to drive at any areas which are not even the areas required, on the pathways. So with this rise, there is an aspect that because of these platforms having that mandate of 10 minutes delivery is where it is forcing the delivery guy risking his life, creating an havoc on roads. Number 2. Number 3, also risking people who are on the road either at the pathways or when they are driving. So, a lot of times they want to just take the turn. So they would just take a turn. So entire traffic violation is happening over there. And this is creating a havoc. So I'm agreeing with the panelist earlier that if you can have more areas dedicated in the local, which will create that it's not just 10 minutes, in 5 minutes you can deliver because the place from your sourcing is local, is 5 minutes distance, so practically it will become easy. But that mandate of 10 minute where they have to literally rush towards to come under that 10-minute part is something I think it's creating more of a problem than a solution. And I think all of us can wait when it comes to life of the delivery personnel, to the life of the person who's walking on the pathway, to the way that entire traffic violations are happening on the road. With our safety, I think we can wait for not 10, but 20 minutes for a delivery to come at our place. So I am with you on that part, provided if you have those solutions that you have local resource which can come in 5 minutes, but otherwise I think this 10-minute criteria is creating more problem.
All right, Asad Abbas, I know you want to counter that. I'll come back to you for what you want, the statement you want to make. But before that, I just want to take our viewers through what this means and what the 10-minute industry really is. So India's 10-minute delivery industry. Now let's take a look at what are the key players. Blinkit has captured 45% of the market, Swiggy Instamart 27% and Zepto 21%, while others constitute around 7%. So that is the makeup of this gig work, of these platforms. Pressure on gig workers now. Speed, pressure and penalties is one of the big issues. delays trigger bad ratings, and that can make and break a delivery person. Riders cover short 2-kilometer trips at 16 km an hour on average, and logged in pay averages 102 rupees an hour. Also declining incentives, lack of steady income. Workers lack any sort of benefits like medical insurance, which does come to people employed in other sectors. So those are some of those concerns that have been raised. And remember, these are 5 to 6 demands that have been made of the Labour Ministry. Yes, Asad Abbas, coming back to you, you had some comment to make over what was said on this issue by Khushbu Jain.
Yes, I think Khushbu ji has made some very important points, very pertinent points. I think matters of health, security, and driving safely, I think this must be sacrosanct. Absolutely no compromise on that front, ma'am. I completely agree with you. All I am saying is that is a stringent measure. The way ahead is a regulation. Let us understand how this dark store model works. I studied this as an entrepreneur myself, Gargi ji. I'd love to share it with you. For example, in Bengaluru,
We don't have so much time. If you can just, yes, go ahead.
Quickly, Bengaluru, where I come from, which is the startup capital of India, and I can tell you there are several areas. Dark stores are there in every single ward of Bengaluru. I think Bengaluru constitutes to the highest number of dark stores, comparatively at least the top 3 or top 5 in India. So therefore, more number of den stores, dark stores, also the number of delivery agents, health at no risk. Anybody is found to be penalized, any traffic violation, law and order must come into strict place. But all I'm saying is today's modern technology, AI world, every minute matters. With the due safety, due regulations, I think ban is not the way. Regulate for the best
All right.
of the people of India.
All right, Khushbu Jain, and beyond that 10-minute promise and that rule being done away with, there are several other demands as well being made by the gig workers in terms of medical insurance, in terms of having better protection in their jobs.
Are you asking me the question?
Yes, I'm saying there's several other demands in the letter regarding, regulation of the platform, social security, protection of rights of the workers as well. So hopefully this will be an ongoing discussion, and, there'll be more benefits for the workers.
See, in a way, I agree with you, but you have to understand that till the time what we are seeing today, the present scenario is not the scenario which is ideal for. I'm saying the riders, the delivery guys. It is not ideal for people walking. It is not ideal for people like you and me who are driving on the roads. So in this scenario today, right now, I would prefer that there has to be an intervention. It can be a technology enabled, it can be area enabled, but whatever. If that is not happening, if companies are not able to have the local resource and put across in that scenario, I think it is a healthy policy that can come up, which is looking at labor protection, number one, which is looking at road safety, number two. These are two very important measures, and we cannot ignore both of them. Cannot wait. Let the change come from them, and after that, maybe these policy can be relaxed and it can continue, and they don't have to continue if that comes in. So, but then I understand that time is a matter, and all of us are in a rush, and we are used to of that rapid delivery that can come to us. Order in 5 minutes, the things come at our place. I think in all that scenario, that promise, without that promise, if you can continue by having people in the nearby area and deliver it in 5 minutes, can be more practical rather than promising it, indirectly forcing all your employees to practically abide with that norm, so that there are more incentives, so they continue with that and they get into that violation.
Right, well, I'm completely out of time. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much.